It's truly always a pleasure to sit in a room full of entrepreneurs, right? To sit in a room with minds that are thinking of solving challenges across the world. So it's truly my privilege and honor to be on stage today, and welcome again. Um, okay, so when we talk about inclusion, I hope by now everybody has an idea of what WeHub does, right? If we don't, then I'll just spend 2 minutes on what WeHub does and why the government said we need an organization like WeHub, right? India, WeHub is India's first organization set up by a state government to support women entrepreneurs, whether you're in the urban landscape or in the rural landscape. So typically, when an entrepreneur walks through our doors, I'll give you an example. We have a data scientist with 25 years of experience who's just raised a couple of million from India's biggest VC. We also have, thank you, that's just one story, and we have so many others. And we have another artisan from rural Telangana who revived. She had a stall yesterday. I hope you had a chance to visit it. She makes cherial masks. It's a 450-year-old art form where you use tamarind paste and sawdust to make masks. She was going to shut shop when she came to us, and she said, nobody wants to do this anymore. Everybody's migrating to the cities. But I truly feel we've done this for generations, and maybe I could revive it. And today, I can proudly say that with WeHub support, she now employs 30 women herself and has a thriving business where she, makes beautiful artwork and sells it across India and outside of India as well. So that's just to give you sort of the range of entrepreneurs that we deal with at WeHub. So when we come together as heads of T-Hub, WeHub, T-Works, TSIC, Emerging Technologies, we always think about the entrepreneur first. So it's great when I heard Peter talk about all the entrepreneurs here with a unified goal of bringing digital solutions for social impact. Now, it's sort of like armor, right? Like when you have somebody like Manga, who's in rural Telangana, who has access to the same resources and tools as somebody who's sitting like the data scientist who walks through our door, who's now, running a thriving multi-million-dollar startup. So in all of this, why is inclusion such a big deal? Why are people talking about it? And why do we need a separate space for women? There are many unique challenges. I think I've worked across geographies, and we've had heads of states and entrepreneurs. All of us used to sit and talk together. And we had certain things that we all faced. And we said, many of the women would agree sitting here as well. Sorry, I'm just losing my voice from all the screaming and shouting yesterday. So why is inclusivity just not a dialogue and debate, but more a policy or a change that needs to come through in ecosystems, in organizations, in corporates, in the entrepreneurial system? Because you can't ignore 50% of the population. Sometimes I'm told there is a policy that's made by a cabinet of men for women, right? Or HR policies that are for women that are made in a boardroom full of men. So when you want to be inclusive, you must include people who are the beneficiaries of what you're making policies for, which is why we think our role is important in bringing women to the forefront for an inclusive growth. What does this mean? I'll give you a small example. We started going out to certain communities where women couldn't step out of their houses and really come and be a part of VHub, right? So I've got the timer, sorry, yeah. So then what we realized is, I'll wrap it up in just a minute. What we realized is when we went to them and we said, you can formalize your businesses and you've run this through, but you can have your own financial track record. You don't need to be dependent on your husband or your brother or the male member of the family. We slowly started seeing over a year how domestic violence had reduced just in a span of 12 months, right? These are certain communities we're talking about. And how now the women are more confident and they come, long story short, now they come everywhere. You've seen some of them at the stalls yesterday, they come and attend programs. So it's larger than just making a policy or just having an event. I hope we think about it at every step of the way. Usually I bother everybody when I see a lot of men discussing on the panel, and I'm like, where are the women? There's 7 people, 7 men sitting on a panel and discussing, right? So in the interest of time, I'm going to wrap it up quickly. So I'm so happy to be a part and a host to the WSA Congress, and happy to be partnering with DEF, Digital Empowerment Foundation, with all the good work that we're doing. We're also building a huge mentor network. So my plug-in is that beyond events, what can we do together? Maybe there's some of you who'd like to mentor some of our entrepreneurs. Maybe there's something that interests you that, that you can pick up. We'll have a conversation later about that, but welcome again and congratulations to all the winners. And we're always available for a chat. Thank you.
Thank you.